Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Not Worth the Time. We're here. We're doing it. We are gonna do it. Dun 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 ba da 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 ba 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 da 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 ba da da. Gonna do it. Yeah. Got to get hyped up. Hope everybody's had a good couple weeks. Well, thank you for coming back to the program, even though it didn't come out on its regular scheduled time. I don't think you guys noticed. Even if there were super active listeners who were engaging all the time, I don't think you guys would notice. Since it's every other week, it kind of pops in like a nice little, hey, how's it going? Yeah, just shows up, and it's nice, you know? I'm just like kind of check in here and there like, hey, you guys doing all right? Like, I got some weird stuff for you, and that's what we do. We're back. We're back to getting back. We're going to get on track, you know? So here we are. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. I'm Wade Taylor, as always. As you probably know that already. Who cares? I never intro this show right? I just kind of jump into it and do this weird thing that I do, you know? I hope you guys have had a good couple weeks, though. Hope you have. This weekend, I've had a fucking great weekend, yo. I've had a great weekend. Went and practiced golf. I finally feel like I'm medically cleared from whatever weird hip injury I was having. Boy, howdy, was that shitty. Just never having an injury like that. I've hurt my knee, a calf, shoulder, broken a finger, you know, but having like hip immobilized, like right around your hip flexor and your abdomen area, having that in pain, just because no matter what, you sit at work, you're sitting at home, you're just always in this position, and then you just try to, like, standing feels good and walking stuff, but you can't be constantly in motion to keep it loose. And then you don't want to lay down all the time because that just feels like you're on your deathbed. You're just sitting there, laying down, watching TV like, this is what it's going to be like in my 70s. Just laying on a couch, constantly consuming Fox News or CNBC. That's what the life in store for you. So you get scared and stuck in that mindset. So you get out there. But I'm glad now. I'm finally moved past that. There's no significant injuries. I had to pay too much money to my insides have a photo shoot. You know, went to the mall, had a nice MRI photo shoot, and had them take some pictures of my stuff. I was thinking about that while I was laying in that MRI machine, because I know I've seen, like, I remember in Jackass you could see Bam Margera's dick through the x-rays, which you would definitely see dick in an MRI machine then, for 100%. So whoever the lady was taking my picture definitely just saw my balls in my penis. You know, they're just seeing dick and balls every day through a non-solid. They're seeing dicks and balls at their truest, rawest form when you get an MRI pic, dude. You're getting ball pics at the rawest and most unflattering probably position there is. Because ladies think that, you know, they think dick pics are gross. That's guys dressing them up. That's them. That's us trying to put our best foot forward. And there's not really a lot of makeup tricks, okay? There's not really a good way to make a penis look good, okay? You know, maybe you put it in a dollhouse, or you build it a tiny stage, you know, and you build a diorama and you just keep putting your dick in different dioramas. That's how you class it up. You know, you put it in a speakeasy diorama so it has a little bit of class. You make it look like it's from the Mid-Atlantic era, and that's what kind of accent your penis talks with. You know, that's the only way you can dress it up. But those ladies at the MRI place, man, they're looking at just raw dick, dude. Just in gym shorts, in your tighty whities, just scoping it out and being like, yeah, that's what that guy's working with. The most unimpressive version of that. I guarantee you they've probably seen some impressive ones. There are impressive, some flaccid ones. But you're probably not. You're getting the real picture. There's no hiding or lying behind camera tricks on an MRI dick pic, yo. So, yeah, I'm glad I'm medically cleared and I can go play golf now. I've been trying to practice again and get out and figure out the fuck I'm doing with my swing. So that was a good day. Enjoyed doing that. Went to a farmer's market with my girlfriend. She loved that. I could take her or leave it. It was at a winery. They didn't have any beer. I don't want to fucking drink wine. It's not good. Never liked beer objectively too. I get it. It isn't great. It's not the tastiest substance in the world. But it beats wine. I can't fucking stand it, dude. I'm just not there for it. Not built for wine. And that's okay. That's what happens when you drank too much Mountain Dew when you're a young man. That's what happens when your family buys RC Cola and you drink a bunch of RC Cola as a kid. You don't have a taste for wine. There's something about if you're depending on your social class, right? The Mountain Dew to wine drinking ratio, I don't know what it is, but there's a perfect cutoff where you can only have so many Mountain Dews before wine starts tasting bad to you. It fucks your taste buds up, dude. Mountain Dew will literally drop you down a few classes because it will warp your taste buds enough that you won't drink red wine, dude. It doesn't matter if it's from the greatest crop grown ever to come out of California. It could have been the best year ever. Objectively, no other harvest has ever produced wine this good. But if you had killed so many Mountain Dews between the ages of 6 to 15, you don't have the taste for it. You can't do it, okay? You can be a sommelier for Code Reds and Violet Voltages, but you got nothing on wine tasting, okay? You can't do it. And I'm in that category. I'm there, okay? I drank too much. I tried the blackout Mountain Dew, and it's completely rendered me unable to tell the differences between wines or like them, okay? And that's the problem, okay? That's why I don't want to go to wineries, okay? But I will go check out a farmer's market and try to get free coffee samples and Danish samples, and I did, and I enjoyed that part of it, okay? I will say this, too. The small farmer markets, I keep thinking they're going to be more farmers market, right? Like maybe there's produce and things like that, like nice things you can get, fresh veggies. That's what I'm fucking after. But it's all these middle-aged housewives just selling earrings they make. That's 90% of the vendors that were at this place, man. And why? How are they making money? It's just a side business, I guess, at a certain point, right? But in a passion, I guess. But it just seems so discouraging when you see that many people doing the same thing you're doing. And it's not like they're producing completely different earring types. They're all clay. They're similar designs. They're things they get off Etsy. I swear. I don't know. I just go, keep shit to myself, and just go around and try to find Danishes. I'm just trying to find the sweet Danish and some awesome coffee here. That's my goal when I go around there. I don't care. Just gonna find me some Danishes, and we'll have a good time. So yeah, that's been a good weekend. The only thing that was a real bummer this weekend is a girlfriend came over, hanging out, cooking dinner, hanging out, watching what's ever on TV, and then she says to me, "Hey, in the lower corner of your entertainment center, there's a spider right there." I'm like, "Oh, well, I'll get it." So I bend over to see underneath it, and there's a fucking just network of cobwebs underneath this thing. I pride myself on being a dude who actually cleans his place. I think for a bachelor pad, I think I'm in the top 10% echelon of people who are cleaning their spaces pretty well for a dude living by himself. You know who you are if you are trying to just say that I'm wrong about this. You have a shit place, okay? You have a dirty place. Most dudes do, okay? It's fine. We've all been there. Most of us just didn't understand. We just didn't understand how to clean a place right, It's okay. It's fine. It's not a big deal. You didn't know when you're 20s. Yeah, your mom yelled at you forever growing up to learn these skills because you'll need them when you're young. But you didn't. Instead, you just have to live in a pile of filth for a long time. not get laid because of it. And then finally, you look up a couple tips from Mr. Clean's website, and you learn that a magic eraser basically can do anything. And that's what you start doing. But she starts ripping me because of how dirty this is. And it was dirty. And I'm not too upset over the fact that I didn't dust underneath the entertainment center. Okay, it's a thing that easily overlooked. I thought I was getting it. I got a Swiffer mop and broom that I go underneath that. And I've seen the commercials. They're like, it reaches under and cleans it. I'm like, well, then it must be doing it. I'm going underneath it. It's got to be cleaning it. But what was really disgusting to me, guys, it wasn't just a network of spider webs in multiple spiders down there. I found 7 giant spider egg sacs. That is what bothered me the most. That my apartment, it's not that I'm mad that a spider's in here. Spiders gonna get in here. Bugs are gonna get in here. I'm upset that they're fucking in here and doing it free of charge. I run a brothel to try to make money. This economy is crazy. These spiders gotta play to have a place to fuck. Okay, so I got these squatters bringing their children in here, raising them under my TV stand. It's gross. I'm just upset that spiders are fucking in here. I don't even know when they're doing it. Is it why I'm at work? Is that why I don't hear any spider moans? That's I guess those spiders must not be doing much. Those males must not be putting in any work. I never hear any screams of passion from the spider community fucking in my house. Also, it is interesting because I think most species of spider do this. Like the male tries to fornicate and then the female just basically eats them. I think that happens the most. And it explains why there were 7 egg sacs and about 7 dead spiders on the floor below it. Just so many. That was prime real estate. People were going to war underneath that thing, killing them. And I brought this up to my girlfriend too, I don't understand how spiders even survive in a house. I don't, there aren't that many bugs in here. Like, I didn't see any bugs in the web. You would think if they were feeding, there'd be more spiders. That's how they have to eat. So how are they fucking living? Are they all feasting on me? Do I have so many spider bites on me now, or I just don't even get bumps because I'm immune to the poison, but they're just feeding off me? Am I just a giant smorgasbord for this goddamn spider family? I hope not, because it would gross me out. I would feel so violated. I fucking hate spiders so much, guys. I really do. It's not that I'm grossed out by them, but I do hate them. They're creepy looking. They're fast. They drink blood. Everything about them is just hateable. There's not one redeeming quality. I guess maybe they're keeping my house bug free. We'll see. We will see after I got rid of that entire family, apparently. We'll see if more roly-polies and flies start hanging around. Maybe I upset the ecosystem by devastating the entire city of spiders underneath my TV stand. I might have single-handedly disrupted my entire apartment's ecosystem by taking them out. I don't know. We'll find out, But I had to get rid of it. Goddamn, dude. Have you guys ever stepped or destroyed a spider egg sac? Ugh. They'll make your fucking skin crawl, dude. I remember one time we used to get them in this one garage of one of our houses all the time, right down by the garage door sensor. They would just make webs right there, and there would just be just 20 or 30 fucking spider egg sacs, dude. It was just disgusting. Just looks so gross when you see it. And I remember trying to I stepped on it one time. I was like, I'm gonna get rid of these fucking things. So I fucking stepped on it, and just when they did that, they burst, and then just hundreds, I don't know how many are each sack, but it just looked like hundreds of tiny little spiders fucking exploded out of it. And I was like, what the fuck? And I went and grabbed wasp repellent and fucking sprayed the shit out of all these little tiny bastards to make sure they didn't go in the house. That would have been a fun one to explain to my parents. Hey, so You know how like there's all those spider eggs in the corner? I stepped on them like they were poppers from from fireworks, and thinking they would just like make pop noises. And I unleashed an army of infant spiders into our home. We now are infested, and they want revenge. Those tiny baby spiders are gonna organize and come for revenge. Okay, they are not gonna take that lightly. Okay, I destroyed their home. The only thing they've ever known from inside that sack. And now they want vengeance. They're going to take my foot as a trophy for what I did to their people. Anyway, spider eggs, gross. I wish there was a way to prevent them better. You know, other than getting those stupid, I don't know, there's some kind of like, not a crab apple, but like some weird something apple that you can put out, and apparently spiders hate. So if you put this in your house, like, they fucking hate them. And it's a really ugly green lumpy thing, and I don't remember what the fuck it's called, but they repel spiders, and people put them in their fucking houses. I would never want one of them in my house because those things just look great. I would rather deal with the spiders. Honestly, they look grosser than spiders. I don't know. Who knows, guys? But hey, I guess it's time to get into what I found this week, right? Let's look at what fun thing I found this week. Well, we're gonna look at some psychology because I feel like some of us have lost our perspective. God knows I have. I lose a perspective all the time, just because I start questioning everything that's coming out of my fucking mouth. So lost perspective. Try this linguistic trick to reset your view. By using distant self-talk, you can leverage the structure of your language and take steps back and see the bigger picture. In the 2nd century CE, in the sunset of his life, Roman Emperor Maximus Aurelius. Oh, I just bought a book by him called Meditations, so I'm going to be reading that soon. Crazy that I happened to stumble across this. Began recording meditations on how he lived his life. The question he asked himself are the same ones many of us find ourselves asking today. How does a person live a meaningful life? How does one find resilience in the face of suffering? What does it mean to be happy? Aurelius did not intend for meditations to be read by others, allowing us a perspective tour through the dialogue he had with himself. Although there are recurring themes, the text reads as a series of standalone entries that vary in length for a mere sentence or two to a paragraph. These fragments, Aurelius captures a profound kernel of wisdom, many of which have been born out of contemporary psychological research. Contemporary psychological research. But in addition to capturing Marcus Aurelius' insightful musings, Meditations, as translated to English from the original Greek, reveals something unusual about the man himself, his ability to shift perspective as he grapples with big ideas. At the time, Aurelius thought reflecting in first-person perspective indicated through his use of first-person singular pronoun I. At other times, however, he would use we, expressing ideas that applied not just to him but to mankind collectively. Our life is a welfare and a mere pilgrimage. In other entries, he switches again by using the second person singular pronoun, translating either as you or as a arthritic thou. Whatever, I didn't read that one word right, but I don't give a fuck. Rather than being used to address the reader, remember he didn't have a reader in mind. Aurelius uses a second person pronoun reflecting his his tendency to consider his life as if he in dialogue as if he was in dialogue with himself. This is addressed to him directly. In my research, I studied how the subtle linguistic shifts such as these can be powerful alter uh, can powerfully alter the context of your thoughts and subsequently change the way we feel. For this reason, I was particularly struck by the quote below, in which Aurelius gave himself advice in the second person on how to quiet the roaring inner seas of his mind, which untamed can lead to a person to feel as if they are drowning. Let not thy mind wander up and down, and heap together in her thoughts the many trouble and grievous calamities which thou art as subject unto as any other. But everything in particular doth happen. Put this question unto thyself to say, what is that in this present matter seems unto thee so intolerable? For thou wilt be ashamed to confess it. Then upon this presently call to mind that neither that which is future nor that which is past can hurt thee, but the only which is present. And that is much lessened if thou doubt slightly circumscribe to it. Then check thy mind if so for a while, a mere instance, I cannot hold out with patience. Okay, I butchered the living fuck out of that. Can you tell I haven't read much Shakespeare in my life? Boy, howdy, did I butcher that. But it is pretty interesting. It's the same thing like people nowadays would say. It's just, hey, don't think about the past or the present, or the future or the past. You can't control any of that, and it can't hurt you because it hasn't happened or it's already happened, so there's nothing that can be done about it. You can only be hurt by the present if you are subscribing to it and staying present into it anyway. So, I don't know. That's a pretty powerful quote. Here Aurelius writes the power that people have over their own thoughts. He can provide the following astute advice. Ask yourself roughly, what is upsetting you at this moment? That the phrasing is a paramount. He did not write, what is upsetting me? Rather, he advised asking himself the question from the perspective of an outsider using a second person singular pronoun arbitrarily. Through adopting this more distant self-perspective, Aurelius is able to recognize his feelings of anguish were temporary. This process, reflecting on oneself using part speech that is typically used to referring to others, i.e. second or third person, or even one's own name, is a distant self-taught. A mounting body of research by psychologists suggests that engaging in distant self-talk can help regulate our negative thoughts and emotions in a range of situations, from working through painful past experiences to performing on stressful upcoming tasks. These findings about distant self-talk build on decades of research showing that psychological distance, taking the perspective beyond the here and now, is an essential ingredient for aligning your thoughts and feelings and behaviors with our goals. When using second-person pronouns, you to reflect on ourselves, we can move beyond our default egocentric perspective and consider our thoughts and feelings from the stance of a more objective observer. This distant self-perspective then opens up a new way of thinking, which can make a difference for our feelings and behaviors in a variety of emotional situations. For instance, one pair of studies my colleagues and I found that research participants tried to understand their feelings by talking to themselves in their head using distant self-talk. Why is Dylan feeling this way? Versus immersive self-talk, why am I feeling this way? Leading them to feel less negativity about their about their personal negative experience that if elected emotionally, such as betrayal, anger, rejection, frustration, worry, and external threats. Uh, more or Moreover, these benefits persist even among our volunteers who were especially prone to worry and reminiscence. Okay. In another study we also conducted during the Ebola outbreak in 2014, we spread in the United States, my colleagues and I found that instructing research participants to reflect on the threat of the virus in writing using distant versus immersed self-talk led to those who've been feeling particularly anxious about it to reason more rationally by drawing on more fact-based reason not to worry, which lowered their anxiety. In other research, Ethan Cross at the University of Michigan and his team cured volunteers cued volunteers to use distant self-talk to mentally prepare for giving an upcoming speech, which, compared to a control group, led them to view the speech as a challenge that they may have the resources to conquer, as opposing to an overwhelming threat. Researchers at the University of Buffalo, New York, conducted a similar study, finding that the change in their cognitive appraisal from the threats to challenges was also reflected in a psychological response. Huh. Well, and then there's like a whole thing down here about the benefits of it, which I will save you guys me butchering reading anymore today. But I found that I figured that would be pretty interesting to hear. I know I talk a lot about the psychology on this show and make fun of stuff and do that kind of thing. It's easy to do. I know. It's a good practice, I think, to try to get outside yourself. It's I don't think a lot of people do it enough. I probably don't do it enough. I try to empathize with people, and I think maybe that's a hang up. I try to empathize with others. I try to get in their situation, but then I have a hard time empathizing with myself. Like I don't give myself the benefit of the doubt or the leeway I give other people. Probably because I hold myself to a too high of a standard. That's probably what it is too. But I have to be able to do that. That's why I thought this was so interesting. I think it's something that I can implement for sure to help me be at least more productive in my thoughts and criticism of myself, or just even my accomplishments. Like, you got to sit back and be like, whoa, look at yourself from an outside perspective. You've seen all the stuff, but if you're looking at what you're doing from way over here, you'll be like, wow, it's a completely different perspective, and you can see everything. It's, getting the bigger picture is always going to be better, and it's going to help you realize just a lot of different things, not only about yourself, just about the world. If you can step back and be like, okay, what am I doing big picture wise? I don't know. It's just important. I'm interested in, this makes me even more interested in reading the book I just got, Meditations. So I had no idea this was the same thing from that. So it's kind of crazy that I got a little glimpse into that book I'm about to read. So anyway, guys, thank you for listening to Not Worth the Time. And if you want to check out more stuff, head over to punninggame.com. That's right, punninggame.com is where you can find all the episodes of your favorite shows here at punninggame.com. You got this show, Not Worth the Time. You got Who Gives a F. You got the back catalogs of all the other podcasts we've had on the network. So go check all that out. And head over to youtube.com if you want to watch me read and butcher this whole thing that I read for you guys. You can watch it right there on youtube.com. Search Comic Wade Taylor and hit subscribe and like the videos. Leave a comment if you'd like. All that good stuff. And then don't forget to go head over to the Punning Game shop. The Punning Game shop on punninggame.com. Get yourself something nice to represent your favorite shows here at punninggame.com. And don't forget to use promo code NWTPOD. That's NWT pod. That gets you free shipping at checkout. Guys, the links are all in the description below for all the stuff I just mentioned and for what I read today, in case you want to go to that website and check out more of the stuff they got. Yeah, guys, thank you for listening to Not Worth the Time. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do.